How's it going, YouTube? I'm doing a video on how to change the automatic transmission filter on a 93 Chevy Astro 4.3 liter engine. Z of the, I think it's eighth letter Z on the VIN. First thing, I would just kind of a little quick run through on everything. First thing I recommend you do is disconnect the battery posts on the front of the van or whatever vehicle you have. This video particularly goes for the 4L60E transmissions and the 4.3 liter engine only. I don't know much about the 4L80, which most of those come on the more the heavy duty transmissions, but I would think some of the same principles apply. I would just recommend you do this video for the 4L60 and 4.3 engines, or I've seen some 350s come with the 4L60E. Anyway, step one, I would recommend you disconnect the negative battery posts. After that, once you go under your vehicle, you will see the transmission. I got a flashlight. And as you can see, I already done the job. Did not want to hold my phone while playing with transmission fluid. Afterwards, you remove 16 bolts from the pan. I highly recommend you start unscrewing the bolts from the back of the vehicle, or toward the back of the vehicle, and work your way up. The reason why I say this is because if you take bolts off, just taking them off, you will spill transmission fluid every damn where, and you will have an ocean of fluid. Next, after you remove the pan and you got you a little bucket to catch the oil, take your pan down, and your filter, which I've already taken off, I should have waited. Your filter, which would be located at the very bottom of the transmission, down in there. Let me get a closer view for you. Okay, as you can see, it would be located right there where this light is. That's where the filter would be located. As you can see under here, I do have my shift solenoids. In case you are curious, these right here, this is one and this is two. As you can see, I have one that's actually loose. I need to check into that. Your shift solenoids, you should have a I'm not too familiar with the shift solenoids, but I know you should have, I think, one for gears 1 and 2, and 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. Well, this is mine, and it's kind of wiggly. It's not supposed to be like that. Anywho, after you have done all of that, you have removed it, dropped the pan, be sure to get you a little razor blade and kind of skim the top of this, taking all of the excess gasket off, so when you go to put the new gasket on, it doesn't bevel or mess up your new filter. Yes, I do recommend you change the filter. I'm sorry, the gasket. Please change the gasket. Do not try to use the same gasket again, because if you fuck up one time, you will have a leak and you'll be doing this job all over again. Now, if you get a filter and you have a rubber gasket, you will not need Permatex. You can use Permatex if you want, but I will show you the reason why you do not want to use Permatex. Okay, for all you Permatech believer users, as you can see right here, we have a piece of a gasket. Well, imagine if that piece broke off and went inside of the transmission. Well, this was a little stubborn. There we go. Imagine if this piece broke off and went inside of the transmission. You would have a very serious transmission problem. As you can see, there are a lot of little ridges. So this is the reason why you don't want to use Permatex, because when you mush the gasket on, this happens, and before you know it, you could have another problem. Now, things you will need of course, transmission filter. I recommend you get brake cleaner. I'll show you why in a minute. And depending on the year of your vehicle and the mileage, I recommend you use Trans-X. I recommend Trans-X for any vehicle like mine over 20 years old, or a vehicle over 300,000 miles. I'm sorry, 250,000 miles and up. Like mine, my van's over 300,000 miles. So I recommend using a quarter Trans-X. And you want to go back with Dextron 3. As you can see, Valvoline makes one. It's Dextron. It's for the uses of where Dextron 3 is used. The 4L60E transmission should take approximately 4.996 quarts, which basically rounds off to 5 quarts of transmission fluid. You replace one of the quarts. Actually, yeah, you're supposed to replace one of the quarts with a thing of Trans-X. In this case, this is a 4-quart gallon of transmission fluid. So you would pour the whole bottle plus this will add up to 5 quarts. Once you do all that, you put your new gasket on, bolt it up, you're good to go. Now, sorry, I skipped a few steps. Once you take the pan down, you're gonna see a little, oops, well, there it goes, a little square disc. Oh, I'm sorry, not a disc. Let me get it out of there. A little square magnet at the bottom of the pan. This magnet catches all the shavings from your transmission. As you can see, when you take it off, it should look very gunky, and mine, in my case, looked like grease. This is all the metal shavings from your transmission, which is normal for my vehicle, especially a vehicle over 300,000 miles. This is kind of normal. But if you take your filter off and you look and there is loads and loads of shavings, it's time for a new transmission or possibly a new vehicle. Symptoms of this clogged transmission filter would be slow shifting, slipping, or possibly not shifting at all, or vehicle's probably not moving. The cheapest way I would recommend, the cheapest way I would do this is I would start with changing the filter. Change the filter first, all else falls in place. Now, with the brake cleaner comes in, you're gonna, after you take the magnet out, clean the magnet really well. Set it off the side, and you take your filter, you take your pan, you kind of clean it out. After it's all said and done, your pan should look like this. Clean. Look like it's fresh out of the factory. Okay guys, those are the basic steps how to change an automatic transmission filter on a 4L60E transmission. In my case, this is a 93, so on a 1993 Chevy Astro van. If you have any questions or comments, comment below on the video. I will be more than happy to reply. If there's anything I missed in the video, any questions, feel free to comment me and ask me, and I'll be more than happy to tell you. If you look through some of my, if you look through some of my previous videos, I've changed an oil pump and EGR valve. So be looking for more how-to videos. I'll be more than happy to post them. Anytime I go to work on something, I'll post a video. Till then, see you guys later.